Okay guys, so there are going to be a lot of things wrong with this video. This is the first video I am actually shooting, not including the video I shot live to Facebook last night. Main goal is to test this guy out. Stabilization. It is fairly dark out here. I want to see if the larger lens can perform any better in a little bit of a darker light, although granted, I don't actually recall ever using the 1x2 in the darker night. So this is going to be a good test of the microphone. I have the original. Now, interestingly enough, I actually had to tear off the mount. We're gonna go up, then we're gonna go speed down. I'm sorry that you're probably getting a whole bunch of... I just heard beep. Did this thing just turn off? No, it didn't. Looking straight ahead. So my mount is kind of lopsided right now. First of all, I had to turn it a full 90 degrees because apparently the screw that I used, the mount for the 1x2, is not the exact same mount. So when the 1x2 was fully put on the mount I had, it was actually turned 90 degrees when it was secure. And if I turned it the other 90 degrees, it was no longer secure on the mount. So I ultimately had to take the mount off the camera. Take the mount off the camera. Sorry, I'm not in my... Let's do that. We're almost to the top. I'll just walk the last little bit, because we're going to go down this hill. During going down, I won't get this, you know, that little thing there. Although now that I'm thinking about it, let's do that. It's a little less secure because I'm not wearing any of my ski gear right now. Let's turn around though. Real test, first action shot. Come on, a little more speed. A little more speed. The hill picks up a little bit here. Now the other big thing I'm looking for is the stitch end. Because for whatever reason, with the lens guards on, it appears that the lens guard is actually causing stitches. It's causing stitching issues. However, when I really think about it, that was an issue with the dive case too, and they had a specific setting for that in the Insta360 app that actually got rid of the issue. I only previewed it on the device last night. So I'm wondering how that did. I know that there are going to be stitching issues, but once I actually take a look at that, the issues that I saw in stitching in the app, are they going to be as bad when I shoot with the camera itself because of the lens guard? And is there going to be an option to fix the lens guard? I have to figure all this out before ski season actually starts. So, because I really don't know how this video is going to look. This is literally, that's it. That's literally my first shot with the camera. Not including the... I don't really count last night because I used it to live stream via the app and then I upload the video, but I was live streaming at my phone. This is my first use of the Insta360 camera in some form of action. Mind you, that's not going to be as intense as the skiing is, that downhill section. Although this right here, what I'm doing, might. So I'm wondering how that's going to look. And the big thing I want to test, the stitching and the audio. The audio is supposed to be much better, and the stitching seems worse. But like I said, that was an issue with the dive case where there was an actual setting to fix it. And I'm hoping there's a setting to fix this too. Like if I go right by my car, I know that the stitch is gonna have an issue. In fact, let's go the other way. The other thing is I am shooting this at a slightly darker night. I know I'm driving him crazy. Let's do this nice and slow. Go right by my car. I'm willing to bet that we'll experience stitching issues going by the two cars. But the question is, can I make them better? Is there a lens cover setting, just like there was a dive case cover setting, that in the Insta360 app on the computer will actually rectify that? Because again, I totally forgot about that. All right, let's take this one more time. Failed that. Haven't done this in a while, that's probably why. Whatever. Then this will be a nice test on the dark shot. I never did test the darkness of the ability of dark shot on the Insta360 One X2. Ultimately, I thought it would actually be better to not use the dive case. But if I'm gonna get terrible stitching and there's not an option to fix it in the app without, manually having to do anything, then I am going to have to. This is just walking in general here. I'll even give it the benefit of the doubt here. I actually just tightened my ski helmet up to grab the back of my head more securely. Let's just go for a run real quick. Oh, here, I'll hold the helmet. How about that? How about I hold the helmet and run. I'm in slippers. That was a bad idea. I lost one of my slippers. Well, I didn't actually lose it, but coming out of it. Should have probably, probably tie. Okay, so that's going to do it. This really is just first of all, let me loosen my helmet back up. This really is just going to be a fun test for it. I am going to do editing though. Whew. This is actually good. The lights came on. This is going to YouTube as a test of the 1X3. I'm gonna see whether it is. I'm gonna watch the V flying overhead. Okay, well, this is gonna be interesting because I have seen the stitch-in issue. Like if I look left to my house right now, am I gonna see stitch-in issues? Likewise, if I look right now, I bet the stitching won't be as bad on projects far off. All the same, let's put it this way. I won't care so much if there's a stitch-in issue off to the left near the house. However, if I can see a noticeable stitch-in issue off to the trees, then we got a problem. I'll even go so far as to walk closer to the house and farther away from the tree to do the stitch-in test. And this is, of course, for me. In fact, I have another spot to do a stitch-in test. How about right here, right under this tree? If you look up, you'll see the tree. If you look left, you'll see a car. Not plus the two in front of you, obviously. If you look right, focus on stuff that's far away. How about that tree? How about I turn? So now the tree I was just under is directly to my left, and the other trees are off to my right. And there's a tree in front of me, of course. This is all a big test. The biggest concern of mine is the stitch-in when using the lens guards. There is no premium lens guard for this camera yet. I'm hoping they release one. I never did get one. And I was hoping to not have to purchase the dive case again. Reality is though, guys, these are not waterproof, although the camera itself is supposed to be, but these could catch water in them. Reality is I might have to, in a couple of months, right before ski season starts, purchase a dive case if I can't figure these out. Again, for all I know, I could go to the editing software and there could be an option similar to as there was with the dive case. There could be an option for, like the dive case, the video looked terrible, and then I chose the above ground, the above water option for the dive case, and suddenly everything looked 99% perfect. So maybe there is in the app an option that will, even if that will fix the stitching. I mean, the reality is, the one thing that concerns me is these don't look exactly the same where the way they're placed on the lens. And if the lens, if they're not perfectly placed as the diving case was uniform. If these aren't perfectly placed to match, that could be an explanation, and technically that's on me, but if that's the difficulty level, then I'd rather just pay the 80 bucks for the dive case to get good video. You know what I mean? But this is any which way going to be a nice test. Test for the stitching, but it's also going to be a nice test to see how the stabilization works, how the video looks. I did shoot this at a